It's 4:26 as bits of bank-breaking snacks, organic apple cores, 365 popcorn, and Luke's loosened collection of neon erasers roll around our ancient Nissan when we cross the bridge to Beverly.
Was the bridge open or closed? My sister and I dozed for 20 minutes, posed between Salem and Beverly, while a cloud showed rolls of hippopotamus floating on his toes. We sat on the hood of the crystal blue Ford Taurus, coming home from school, one of 2 daily passes, views over the Sapphire River with new autumn's afternoon sun imbuing flashes on the surface.
I cannot look down from above, driving eyes lock forward to where I'm headed. Water underneath. The banks are afflicted with ugly 6-pack rings, oily vermin, and shopping carts. But there's also marshland with wildflowers, a shadow spreading from her structure, shading ex-lovers' torn blankets. I miss the beauty within these passages.
Halfway across the bridge, there you were. Gray hoodie, caved frame, rigid on the railing, grasping the street lamp like a life vest, but delicately, only one arm wrapped around. You were ready to let go. I know. Though your head was down, I couldn't see your face.
Their covered burlap mass seems to make a plea, but the inward howl I hear is not the wind, but me. I am barely 20 and realize that everything up until now is trifling.
On the Charles Bridge. I left you in Prague. I was torn, broken, snuffed out. Amsterdam was a sentence to hell. My days burnt and ashen. I thought I could forget you, smoke and drink you away, but you would not fade.
She's a wave that laps over me from the grave. Even a knife-edged line like mine cannot defeat the swim of her.
She had the eyes of summer, ice floes, and stones left behind.
A woman's shadow curves over my devotion. You tell me to accumulate beauties. Heteronormative, neat, wetted bricks. City of you in my chest, city of me.
What did it matter that the writing on the wall couldn't spell her name? Wind twisting like ribbons through her hair. City on her skin. Its bridges spanned her.
I've thought about how to build a bridge to you, but I cannot find craftsmen on this earth who would do the delicate work. The
bridge to astonishment, gift of nature and grace, sea smoke puffs rise.
The brick, mortar, and granite that our century-and-a-half New England house was built upon was crumbling. Mortar going back to sand, brick shifting and falling away. In the low-ceiling cellar, stones in the wall were loose like bad teeth.
Tired look you, America, with your alligator cracking in your asphalt, the potholes full of water, declaring themselves inland seas, your bridges rusting and graffiti covered,
connecting and dividing expanses all around of waters and lands. The isthmus is smooth, steeply mounded, and footholds are few.
Milkweeds lure the butterflies to feast, and the cattails on the dunes hail high, thin white clouds, streaking over the blue-green waves.
And watch the trees dance through the window, sway and halt, never knowing when the wind would move them again. And
if it clamors anemically, I have to fan its noise like coals. I have to turn it up.
Rush hour and the crush onto the train. In the conveyor of faces is Marcus, who died when his car rolled down a ditch on a country road and his brain swelled in its skull like a bird in egg. I stare and stare, but it's his face, 16 and looking out the window with his intense eyes.
Words hover on the skin of pages, calling to the past, reaping its dreams, a travel on the edge to move worlds.
I need to feel the physical distance between our two homes. It's hot and incredibly clear. I barely notice the water I pass over, and I always notice the water.
I'm on vacation from hospice work, except for the ghosts of my luggage who say little and are thin.
It crawls over the blue edge, the sun, I mean, when it rises, when it inches its way into new morning. There is no final flash of green here. The Atlantic believes only in beginnings.
Over and over the sky continues to draw me in with its September sunsets, glowing magically, luscious and unbelievable. It's a satisfying gaze.
I sit in my sadness, let gladness trickle off like rain on the metal railing.
A graceful arch, cars now fly across and look out at the harbor in the early morning dawn. Thank you.
Can a bridge be built that brings hate to love, where opposites learn to tolerate, as acceptance expands through the sky above and dark impulses mitigate?
From strokes to daubs, from pond to paths, from ripples to reality, from eyesight to vision, back and forth, from this life to the next, to the last, from earth to water, vapor and fire, from desire to touch to torch, from delight to rage to wisdom, from yellow to orange to red to purple, tongues of many colors, all burning a conflagration, a hell enveloping the bridge that is still there.